Now we gotta change that. Hey guys. Okay, how do I change that? Let's pause for just a second. Hey you guys. I am trying to get this working here. Is it under the About Me? Great, yeah. Let's do some mediumship practice. I am doing this for free. Free readings. Just need your first name. Okay. Hi Nikki. Hello. Hey. Hey everybody. I know that you don't see me regularly over here on TikTok, but I just went live on Instagram Monday. My name is April Wall. I am a published author in the mind, body, spirit area. I have books on reading tarot, reading tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers. And so I'm a psychic medium, but for the last few years, I've really focused on the psychic side of my skills. And so I'm trying to get back into practicing my mediumship. So what I wanted to do today is for people who volunteer, all I need is your first name. And these are completely free. All I would ask is at the end, maybe give me a little feedback so I can kind of rehome the signs and signals and the symbols that I get from spirit and make sure that I'm on the right track and that the next time I'm giving readings that they're getting even more, detailed and better for you guys. So if you like the screen and stuff, I don't know how all this works over here on TikTok. Can you hear me? Share it, like it, send it out. Because with mediumship, especially when you kind of read in what we call a platform way, which is this way where I'm basically just kind of going out to the public, it would be similar to, thank you so much, Nikki. It would be similar to if I sat a table on a busy street corner and people are walking past and I have a sign that says free mediumship readings, and people, start to gather around a little bit, but then people are coming in and out, I hold their attention for a second and then they keep moving. So the energy kind of can go up and down. So keep that in mind. Also, once I start reading for somebody, if you hear little things that sound like a loved one, sounds like a message for you, take that. Spirit is very intelligent. They know that you can piggyback their messages, so don't discard it. Also, if I start to pull somebody in and it's not for you, if I start with you, keep it in mind for someone in your sphere, in your circle. Also keep in mind, and maybe if anybody stays in here with me long enough, as new people kind of come in, if you scroll up and see kind of a rehash of people I've brought in, that could be for them. And Spirit knows better than I do who's going to show up and who's not, okay? I appreciate this. It's scary, to be honest with you, to put yourself out here. I have my whole life, I've worked with Spirit and they've guided me. And at the beginning of this year, they're pushing me to take my skills to a new level. And this is what it's about, is putting yourself out there to do that. So, Nikki, let me try to get started with you, okay? I've got your first name. That's all I need. Don't give me any details. I don't need to know who you want to hear from. I'm going to see who comes in. And you just give me yes or no's on the information that I give you, and we'll go from there, okay? And I appreciate you being my first volunteer. Also at this time, while I'm calling in to my spirit guides and for your loved ones in spirit to gather close to you, you can also breathe deeply, Think about who it is that you'd like to connect with. Be open to who comes in. Sometimes people come in for us that we may not want or we weren't anticipating, but there's a message for you at this time in your life that you may need to hear. So it's all about just being open, being, responsive to that. Okay, Nikki, let me start with you. I'm asking my main spirit guide to go and get your loved one and kind of put them in a room for me. So then I walk in and they start to give me their information. So who do we have here today for Nikki? I'm feeling a feminine energy. She's not quite showing me her face for some reason. So I'm not sure if she may have been shy in life. I'm not sure where she's from originally. I'm obviously in the States, but I know that I can reach anybody anywhere in the world. So this person, I'm not sure they feel 100%, they're not American to me, if that makes sense. This energy feels young. This doesn't feel like someone who would have passed later in life. I'm also seeing like a little teddy bear, like they're holding. As I try to come in closer, I feel like I get, but not in a scared way, just like shy. Like, I'm not sure about you yet. And they have this little stuffed animal about yay high, and it's like a little teddy bear. But I almost want to say like a panda. It's like black and white. Is any of this resonating with you, Nikki? Okay, no. Let's see. Let me see what that could be telling me. It's all I'm getting. Very... Come closer to me, friend. It's okay. I'm hearing I'm a friend, and I'm not sure. This isn't a friend of yours that had someone very close to them pass, and what you would have considered before their time. But if you can't take any of that, this may be something you need to just hold on to. They're giving, if it's not for you directly, Nikki, who it's for, there's another female energy they're going to, and they're giving her a kiss on the cheek, and they're saying, we're okay, we're okay. They're sending a lot of love. They're very excited to have this opportunity, but they're also just showing me still that guarded side. So I believe that would be important for the person this message is for, to know that that would have been their personality in life. A little shy, a little reserved, wouldn't really open up until they knew you really, really well. I hate that, Nikki, that that's not connecting directly for you. Let me see if I can call, since that's not connecting. There's someone else here for Nikki. I felt a man step forward. This would have been a father figure for you. I'm trying to make sure that I'm staying within the realm of crossed over loved ones and not spirit guides. But he seems to be a very strong force in your life. I'm hearing you don't need to worry. She doesn't need to worry so much. You're like, there's something in your life right now that's really pulling a lot of your attention, and you're stressed about it. And he's trying to reassure you that it's going to be okay. I'm also hearing him apologize. Something about the way in which you may have found out about his passing, or how you experienced it. He didn't want you to go through it in that way. I can't say for sure. This just seems like an older gentleman. Someone who would have been kind of a safe space for you, a strong elder in your life. This person doesn't necessarily have to be blood related. Do you have anyone that's, well, yeah, his message is that was the first thing he came through with. And sometimes they're more intent on getting their message to you than really going through this litany of, hi, my name was John, I'm this tall, this is how I passed. You know, what they're trying to let you know is they're still there, they're still in your life, they're watching after you, they love you, they send their love and support, and they still know what's going on in your life. So your grandfather has passed. Is this on your mother's side? Okay. So he's very proud of you, though. He's very, I feel like what I'm getting from him is like a sly little smile, you know. He may have been somebody who wasn't super effusive, or, you know what I mean? Like, there are people that it feels like it's maybe harder to get compliments from. They don't overdo it. They're not super dramatic. But when you do get a compliment from them, it means more. Do you know what I'm saying? And he feels like that energy, like this little slight smile, like, you're catching me, kind of, I'm going to give you that. Like, I'm proud of you. I may have put on this tough or stern exterior, or it may have felt like, but I know you had a soft spot in his heart. But when he says he's proud of you, it really means something. He's saying about the thing that you're worrying about, you know, to give it up to a greater being. I'm not sure religiously or spiritually what your beliefs are, but your grandfather is saying this burden may be too great for you. Stop trying to deal with everything by yourself. You need to ask for help from the spiritual world. Give up some of those burdens. You don't have to do everything on your own. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because that's what I'm saying, this little slight smile, it's like, yeah, maybe in the living he would have never admitted that, like, yeah, Nikki's my favorite, but from this side he's going, you know, if I were put on the spot, I'd say, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so very sweet, strong. He's lending you a lot of strength in this time. I feel like he's very close to you. Did he wear a certain type of cologne? Because I'm wondering if you smell him. Okay, yes to the cologne. Or that you do smell it. It's so hard to communicate just via. And again, Nikki, I so appreciate you sitting down and being my first. Okay. That's his way of letting you know he's around. I also feel like he's there for your mom a lot too. Has mom had some concerns recently? Or are your worries concerning mom? There's something coming up around her. Okay. All right, so that makes sense then about prayer or handing it over. They're lending their strength. They're sending their energy from the other side. I know that you care for your mom and you're praying for and you're doing what you can. And at some point, it's in larger hands. And to be okay, things are going to be okay. And they are there. They're surrounding both of you guys now more than ever. Did you and Grandpa, and I don't know if this is a memory with him or he's showing something. I don't know if he used to read to you, you would read a little book to him, or if this is something connected to your mother. But I was just seeing or hearing favorite book. Okay. That could just be something he's trying to throw out there. You may want to run this by your mom when you speak to her and ask her if there was something in her childhood. Let me ask you this. Do you do some spiritual work for your mom? Like in regards to her health beyond just, before you go to bed at night or during the day if you're praying for her? Do you light a white candle for her? You do readings for her. Okay. That may be what that's representing for me. The white candle is just a white light. So the work you're doing for her is creating this kind of circle of healing, light, and energy around her. So it's really beautiful what you're doing. And your grandfather wants to commend you. And that's what he's saying. He's so proud of you because you are being so strong in this moment. I feel like this is very tough on you. And yet you're rallying and you're doing what you need to do. And he's very proud of you for that. And he thanks you for that. He thanks you for the things that you're doing because it's not something everybody could do or want to do. There's a lot, everybody's lives are busy. And he wants you to know that. I feel like he's really strongly impressing that today, that he's proud of you and to thank you and keeping the family together. Sorry, guys. Phone is doing hinky things. And I feel with you smelling the cologne and the sweets and things like that, you are definitely connected and dialed in. So when you do readings for her, or if you want to send her healing energy, you can totally do that. All of us, we're all of spirit. And so from spirit through spirit to spirit. And so you can always, you know, you can pray for her from afar, or if she's open to you, you know, putting your hands on her and just sending her healing energy, ask your grandfather to come to you when you're doing that. You may be surprised by feeling his presence or smelling something that reminds you of him. And he and those on the other side are coming in to help you with that. Hi, Annie. Yeah, angel numbers are a big way to let you know that they're seeing what's going on in your life, but also to give you specific messages. Not to hawk my own book. I have a book called Deciphering Angel Numbers, but I tried to use as many combinations as I could, not just, you know, 2-3 digit numbers, but there's just so many combinations. But even for things that aren't in my book, if you Google, and when you come across the message, if it really resonates with you, trust your instincts, because it's meant for you. You don't have to go look around for, well, maybe there's 5 other meanings for this. If when you see it, oh, I've been seeing 444, and here's what it says, God, that really speaks to my situation, then you got it. You don't have to keep searching. All right. I thank you so much, Nikki. I feel like your grandfather had got across what he wanted to, and I appreciate you hanging in here with me. Again, keep the feminine energy. Like I said, the person feels very young, holding the teddy bear, kind of shy and quiet, so I'm not sure even, sometimes spirits attach to us, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but people you've come across in your life, people you went to elementary school with, and they can pop up in readings sometimes as a way to say hello, to say, you know, our time together may have been brief, but it was important to me. And while I have a medium that can give you a message, I just wanted to say hello. So just keep that in mind. And also, if you talk to your mom at all about this, it could be somebody for her. But I thank you again so much, Nikki. I appreciate this. Your grandfather has a beautiful spirit. He's with you. He's proud of you. He's lending you so much strength and courage in this time. And I just think it's a really beautiful thing. And I think you're up for the challenge, and you're doing a great job by your mom. And I wish you and your mother all the best. And I thank you again so much. Thank you so much, Annie. Okay. So I know people are coming in. Boop. Let me just go ahead and do a refresh for everybody. I am a psychic medium. I've been doing this most of my life. I have published 3 books on reading tarot, tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers. And Spirit has really just put it on my heart at the beginning of this year that I need to push myself, that my gifts are changing, and I need to focus more on my mediumship. So today, that's what I'm trying to do. I went live on Instagram on Monday, and I'm trying to do this more consistently, but it is completely free readings. All I ask, and Nikki did a great job, just giving me yes or no, if you can take it or not. And it's helping me refine the signs and symbols that I get, the feelings that I'm getting, so that each time I read and get more into this work, I'm doing a better job for you guys. Thank you so much, Nikki. It touched my heart as well. He seems a very stoic but sweet man, and just so proud of you. Okay, Sandra, let's see. Annie, Sandra's here, and then if you're still around, I'd love to read for you as well. All right, let's set our intentions for Sandra. Now, I know, Sandra, you've already asked about your father specifically. I do like Spirit to bring in who they want to, but let's just see. I ask now that your spirit people come close, and I send my main spirit guide out to greet them, and she'll bring one person back for me to speak with. Who is here for Sandra? I do have a man here. He seems very jolly to me. Like in my mind, as I open the door to greet him, and he's sitting here in this chair, and he kind of swings around, swings his legs around to go, hey, you know, like very excited to be here. Would that resonate with your father's energy, Sandra? I feel like he had a great laugh, very gregarious, big talker, maybe a big people person. And if this isn't your father, there is a male here for you. Yes, okay. I just hear him say, oh, darling, oh, darling. I see him coming to you and just drying those tears. Please don't cry. He's jumping up for me. In my mind's eye, I imagine almost as if the spirit people are kind of in a doctor's office. It's a line of work that I thought about going into. And I just see him like when you go to the doctor's office and you're sitting on the exam table, you know, and as soon as I open that door, like I said, he swings around and I feel him now jumping up and going, look what I can do, look. And he's like tap dancing around the room. He is having a ball. I think he's really wanting to come to you and let you know he feels so incredibly well. In his passing, was he battling some type of illness? Tender, let me know if I've... Okay. Yeah. Oh, he is no longer sick, which I know that you already know that. He has been made perfectly whole, and he is enjoying the hell out of this spirit body. I think his energy, he must have been... Okay, hold on. I'm almost getting choked up, and I feel like he's trying to impress upon me something physically. Did this affect, I'm sure right at the end, as most cancers do, like his ability to eat? I feel like this just whittled him down, just whittled away at his spirit, who he was. This man feels so full of life. The life of the party, somebody was bigger than life or something, and this illness came in and just really... You know, ultimately, yes, taking his life, but took so much from him before then. Yeah. And he wants to get across to you so strongly, Sandra, that he is so okay. He is so more than okay. I literally now, in my mind's eye, he's out of the room. He's dancing down the hallway. I feel like he's surrounded by other family there that may have already passed. I don't know if his mother, there seems to be a female there that was waiting for him on the other side. Much beloved man, not only by you, but by so many in his life. And he just wants to let you know it's so incredible, Sandra. It's so incredible if you could only see it. If you can only see it, he says. Did you talk to him? Did he, I don't know that if you made a pact or if you just asked him, Dad, you know, when you transition, if you pass, can you send me a sign, or can you tell me, is it real? Can you tell me, is it okay? And that's what he's like trying to get across to you. Oh, babe, it's so much better than I ever thought. Your sister had passed. Okay. It's a really beautiful reunion, and there's just so much, he's just making me feel so much joy and elation and relief. The the cancer and all, and it took so much from him physically, and so much has been restored for him on the other side. And he obviously definitely doesn't want you to remember him there towards the end, because that was so the opposite of who he was. Okay, explain that a little bit more for me, Sandra. You didn't want to believe he would love. When I was saying about, did you speak about him crossing over beforehand and sending you a sign? What? I'm sorry, there's just a little lost in translation here, and it's all I get a little foggy headed as I go back and forth from here to there. Okay, no. Okay, so for you were holding on so tight. You didn't want to even think that way. Thank you all so much for everyone who's in here. Your energy is leading to my energy. We all sit in this space and we kind of raise our vibrations so that our spirit people can kind of lower theirs a little bit and meet us halfway. And I so appreciate that. Okay, Sandra. So you were a daddy's girl. I'm hearing daddy's girl. I'm daddy's girl. That's daddy's girl. Were you the youngest? Things are still so raw for you right now. But he wanted to take this time. He wants to relieve some of that ache. I feel like it's still so visceral. Like I feel like I'm pulled right to the center of my chest. That like a heaving, how will you go on, not having that daily connection? But he's trying to let you know he's right there. He simply has stepped into another room, but he's right there. And every time you speak to him, are there certain songs that are coming on the radio that are reminding you of him? I'm getting like music as a way for you to connect with him. I'm not sure if he's sending you songs, if there was a special song between you two, but there's something about music. Thank you so much, Shelley, for the likes. Sandra, did that resonate at all about the music? I still got you in here. Again, I thank the few people that I've got in here. I know I'm not on TikTok a lot going live, and I'm trying to kind of refresh everything and get more consistent with it, because Spirit is calling me to do this. People need healing right now. People need to hear these messages. We need hope, and we need to be together. So I'm trying to answer that call. Have I lost Sandra? Yes. Okay, there you are. Gospel songs. Okay. Yeah, that's a big thing. So anytime you're putting that music on is a way for you to connect, for you to feel that, the joy and the love that he is sending to you. I think you're in a space now, cliches aren't helping you, time heals all wounds, things like that. You don't want to hear that. But today, I think, was the first step for you. And you may have heard from him sooner than this. I know that you had mentioned that he passed 9 months ago. I think this has cracked the door for you. And I do hope it brings you the peace that he is sending. He is there with your sister. There's so much just laughter and dancing and a joyous reunion. And I believe if you're open to it, the more if you sit with the gospel music or, call on him, he will send you signs and symbols. And He will be with you. You will get through each day because he's there holding your hand. But please don't worry. Please don't think of him when he was unhealthy. He is fully restored. And I'm just hearing, and I'm not really particular, I'm not Christian or religious, but in the full glory of God, he has been restored. He has been restored, is what I'm hearing. I thank you so much, Sandra. I hope this did bring you a little bit of peace today, a little bit of reassurance that your dad is there, and he's a character. He is a lovely man. Very interesting how he's just celebrating. Let's ask about, I was going to ask you right up off the top something about your mother. He says, yes, of course, he is so proud of you for doing that, but also to be mindful to not take on too much. Don't overdo it. Make sure you take time for yourself. I feel like you were there for him as well. Did you also take care of him? I'm not sure if you actually brought him in your home, but I feel like you were a caretaker for him as well. He's just wanting you to, he appreciates it. He's proud of you. And he loves that. He knows how big your heart is, but also he wants to make sure that you find some balance and take care of you, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You're not going to be able to help somebody if you're not getting enough stress, if you're not eating okay, if you're not getting enough sleep, and you're too stressed out, you're not eating well enough. So take care of you as well. Okay. You have an extremely big heart, Sandra, and it's admirable. And so I can tell how important family is for you and what you're willing to put. Nothing else came before that. So he is very appreciative of that, but he's still looking out for you too now as your dad, and as dads do. Don't get burnt out. Look after mom and look after Sandra too, okay? I'm going to tell you, Sandra, I'm kind of pulling my energy back so I can work with the next person. I know I have Annie waiting, and just ask him those thoughts. You can, but I will say too, as I come back on, catch me again in another live, and I'll be happy to try to reconnect. This may be something further on that you'd have to have a paid reading just so we could kind of go more in depth. Plus two, this is still a kind of a public forum, so things may get into a sensitive nature that we don't want to share with the whole world. But I thank you again. Your father sends his love. Just put on the gospel music, envision him dancing down the hallways of heaven, is how he said it to me, the hallways of heaven. He has light of foot. He has all of his energy back, and he's watching over you. He's proud what you're doing for your mom, and keep up with your own health and taking care of yourself and making sure that you pour as much love into Sandra as you do onto others, okay? All my love to you. Thank you so much again for sitting with me today and letting me practice a little bit. Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback and your father coming through. That was really a blessing, and I appreciate it. Annie, are you still with me? Okay, hi Annie. All right, give me a second to kind of reset and let me see who is here for you. I ask that your spirit people come close now. They kind of gather in the waiting room for me, and I send out my master guide to go and collect the person who wants to come through the most today. Sometimes they elbow their way up to the front. Some people are a little more patient than others. As they were in life, that's normally how they'll come through. Annie, I feel like I have a gentleman here for you. It's funny, I'm starting to see a trend, and I know that Spirit will do that, where sometimes you get the same energy coming in for different people, but you know, today may just be the guy's day. This person, when I say I have a gentleman here, that's what I feel like. That this person is a gentleman. Like, he would have worn a hat, he had a suit. I'm not sure if he was a smoker, but more like a cigar. You know, he feels very dapper to me, very stylish. Does any of that resonate for you? Do you have someone, a man in spirit, that would match that description? Hi everybody, just while I wait on Annie's response for that. Again, my name is April Wall. I am a psychic medium. I've really done this my whole life. I have a family lineage of readers, and I have published 3 books on reading tarot, reading tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers. And at the beginning of this year, Spirit is asking me to kind of push and expand, and so I'm trying to work more on my mediumship skills, and that's why I'm offering free readings. I'm getting practice. You get to hear from your loved ones, and if you give me a little feedback, that helps me hone my skills to only bring those messages in clearer for you. So I appreciate it. If you've popped in today, hi, thank you so much. Okay, Annie, you're not sure, maybe, let's see. Okay, and sometimes you won't. Sometimes, you know, what they need to get across or why they're here, you know, they know more than we do. Would this have been a grandfather? And I'm getting father side. And I don't know why this may be important, and I may be way off base, so that's why I need a yes or no from you. I know I said this earlier. I don't know that everybody that we're here in the States together. Do you have a side of the family that's, you know, not American? I don't know how to say this. Would be from, would possibly, I feel like somebody who would have spoke Spanish. Brazilian, okay. Now, is that on your father's side? Portuguese is. Okay. Not Spanish. There we go. But that's, I knew I'm like, not American. We're not talking about English, but I couldn't quite. Now, his wife, your grandmother on your father's side, is she still living or is she also passed? She has passed. I almost feel like that he showed up first to bring her in. Would this have been their relationship? Was it very traditional? Like, you know, the man provided, he was the, you know, and not so much macho, but just those very kind of traditional roles. And maybe she, because I just feel like she let him come in first to kind of bring her in, and that may have been reflective of how they lived. Very traditional, very, you know, he was the head of the house. She's, you know, they both had their roles, but that's how I feel like he showed up. And as you said, well, I didn't have much time with him, but he's showing up to then bring her in. Okay. were you closer with her than him, or is there a disconnect on that side of the family with the grandparents? You're closer. Okay. I feel like I feel smaller woman, but I'm not sure that means that she was of small stature or just in relation to him, which that would make sense. I feel like she was a great cook. I feel like there's something about her cooking and feeding you or teaching you. I'm seeing her like hold out a wooden spoon and say, here, taste this. Here, let me put have some of this. Maybe when you didn't even want to, like, okay, Grandma. But she seems like she really expressed her love for most people, not just you in particular, but like her cooking and her food or something. That was like a love language for her. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I come from a long line of very short women, but also still feisty, still, and they were in traditional marriages and things, and let the men think they were running things, but they were really the ones calling the shots. So I don't know if this applies to your grandmother, but I feel like she got her point across. You were gonna listen to her. She may have been, what is the saying? Although she's small, she be mighty. I feel like, and that's funny about the wooden spoon, because I think that's just a visual for me to get that, and I see as the Italian cook. I feel like she's stepping close to you, and she's doing something with your hair. I don't know, have you done something recently to your hair? Did she like it a certain way? It feels like she's kind of either refixing it or looking at it and going, oh, like there's something about your hair. Yes. And that's probably true for most of our families, if we're being honest, that the women really, Okay, sometimes, as I continue talking, if it seems more that way, they obviously will keep bringing more people in. Can you make any connection about the hair? Have you done something different? Did she do your hair as a child? Could that have been the other grandmother? And I feel like she wouldn't have referred to you as Annie either. There would have been a nickname, or in Portuguese, or I don't know if she was Italian. There seems to be like some nickname, but in another language. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can suss out. Can we separate the energies here? Did either one of them, Annie is the nickname? Okay. Was there a difference between those two? Did both of them refer to you as Annie, or trying to see now, because both may be here with me, and I'm trying to, you guys got to separate a little bit, so, especially being so similar. If these two women didn't know each other in life or didn't spend a lot of time together, though, if they're both here now, I feel like they're both very excited to talk together about you and what you're doing and what you're up to. And I just feel like, the stuff that she's doing, they're very impressed. They're impressed with your work. They're impressed with what you've done in your life, and they're very proud of that. Like, you know, and almost maybe like taking credit. Oh, she takes after me from that. No, she takes after me. There's like this kind of a friendly, competitive type thing. Ananda, okay. Not Amanda. Okay, now my eyes are working. As I go from what I call up here to back down here, just bear with me as I stumble over things and can't read things right. Okay. Dead. This could be what they're doing. They're kind of using each other. The grandfather comes in, he pulls in that grandmother, and now to the side, we've brought in your maternal grandmother. Especially if they've been there longer than her, although, you know, on the other side, time's not really like what we think of it here. I feel like your maternal grandmother is your mom is still here with us, right? I feel like there's something going on about your mom, or she's wanting to get a message to mom. Okay. It seems if she's almost, there's an apology here. And I'm trying to figure out what exactly. I don't know if those two could butt heads at times in life, your mom and your grandmother. I don't know, you know, I feel like there's a lot of love there, and that your mom loves your grandmother, of course, and you do. But I don't know if at times in life they may have butted heads. They were both very strong-willed. Maybe there was some friction. I just feel like grandmother's using this time to come through and kind of apologize, and you know, maybe she was harder on her than she wanted to be at times, or felt like she was. Okay, good. Yeah, she's taking this opportunity, and if mom's open to hearing a message, if you speak to her, maybe pass that along, that she, of course, when she crossed over, she could see things differently. She could see the whole picture and the whole story, and I think there was a lot of things from her childhood that informed who she was, as it does all of us. But so she did things a certain type of way, and just thought that was the way it needed to be. And, you know, maybe, you know, obviously that could have been conflict with your mom, who's like, no, we can do it this way as well. And almost like a power struggle or something in their dynamic. And she's just apologizing, and she's very proud of your mom. And yeah, she got the stubborn streak honest. How could I be mad at that? She says. But I will say your section over here, your people, that especially the grandmothers, they're very proud of you in this way of, I feel like they can, all of our ancestors, all those who have passed over, do continue to live life through us. They see life in a new way through our eyes. But I feel like these ladies in particular marvel almost at some of the things you're getting to do that they would have never even considered possible in their lifetime. And maybe particularly for women, that they wouldn't have seen it as a role women could have taken, or, you know, something that girls just don't do that or something. So they're very impressed with what you do. Okay, and I feel like they're kind of stepping back a little bit. I'm thankful that you've crossed paths with me, and I, you know, and the roles we kind of play in each other's life. And I'm so glad that you did catch me today. And I'm so glad to be able to pull through these little feisty ladies that have a lot of character and energy to them. But I just sit with that if that's not making sense to you off the top about, and this is the words I'm choosing to use, just kind of marveling at, I think that they're very impressed with you. I think they think you're very smart. And when they think about you, they kind of puff out their chest a little bit, when they're kind of bragging, to, I guess, their heavenly friends or something like it. They're very proud. I thank you so much for popping in, and I thank your grandmothers and grandfather on that side for coming through. Please send my love to your mother, and do send that message to her that her mom has seen things in a different way, and she just wanted to send that apology, and they all send their love to you and how proud they are. So thank you again so much. Let's see. All right, guys, just for those of you, I've been on here for about an hour now. My name is April Wall. I'm a psychic medium. It's something I've done, well, it's just who I am. All my life, I came from a long line of ladies that do this, but I have, in the last few years, really focused on publishing my books. I've put out reading tarot, reading tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers. And at the beginning of this year, Spirit has asked me to kind of push and practice and move my abilities into the realm of mediumship a little bit more, put myself out there with just the current state of the world and where we're at. We all need a little more hope and peace and healing, and that is what mediumship is. So I'm totally offering these readings today for free. It gives me free practice and hopefully a message from your loved one to you, and the feedback that you give me helps me hone my skills. So it's a win-win for both of us, and I appreciate it. Okay, so if you just give me your first name, I see who will, come through for you. And I'm trying to see if there was someone who, I thought I just saw someone. Shelly, you've been in here for a minute, for quite a while. Did you want a reading? I see you, Anita, and I also saw, or I'm saying Shelly, is that Michelle? I get confused. And Tabitha. So Michelle, were you wanting a reading? And thank you again so much. You guys, I'm hoping to make this way more consistent. And get on TikTok more. I just did a live Monday on Instagram. I have platforms on here and Facebook and all that. So, but it's a different audience each time, different spirit people. So it offers a little something different each thing that I do. Okay, Michelle. All right, and I see you as well, Anita. So, okay, Michelle. And I'm going to ask my spirit guide now I kind of ask your spirit people to come close. They're kind of in the waiting room for me, and my spirit guide comes out and welcomes back the person who wants to get a message through to you today. As I've said earlier, as you're waiting to be read or as others are reading, our collective energy is what helps raise our vibration. Spirit has to slow theirs a little bit so that we kind of meet in the middle. So as you're just in the room with us, if you're saying prayers or sitting in meditation and just focusing on your loved ones, gratitude, just what you're thankful for, that's always a high vibrational energy. So you can do that, and it kind of helps the overall flow of the readings. So I ask for Michelle's spirit people to come close now. And who is here for Michelle? Okay, immediately, Michelle, I feel like I have a woman here who All I can, over the top. I open the door in my mind to like say hello to her, and I just hear hello sunshine. Like there is a lot of energy coming at me. Somebody who was really, I want to say this is a brassy lady. Like she knew herself. She's full of a lot of vim and vigor. She would have been very like a larger than life character. Do you have someone in spirit, a female, who would match that description? Is that resonating for you? Just yes or no. Okay, not sure. Let's see. Yeah, it still feels like a female with me. Someone who I'm seeing like wild, kind of curly hair. And she may be just projecting for me to get me to say, you know, that she's kind of this character type person. But that may not be her actual physical description. I feel like this would have been somebody that is like, I feel like someone on your mother's side, and like an aunt or a cousin. And again, as when I read for Annie, this could be somebody who's stepping forward first to bring someone else in. But this is who I'm seeing initially. I feel like this is somebody that wasn't, it's not super older than you are. Like 10, 15, 20 years tops. Do you have anyone matching that description that you know of that has passed, that you have a connection with on your mom's side? Possibly an aunt. Okay. Could this be your cousin Barb? Did you two spend a lot of time together? Or is this just someone you know of that has passed? Okay. Because she feels very energetic to me, and I don't know, like somebody who would have made you laugh a lot. Like you would have, I maybe got into, I mean, a little bit of trouble together, you know, like not locked up or anything, but like have a good time. Like this seems like somebody you would have, you know, there's like a saying or something, there's a meme or whatever, that cousins are kind of our first friends, or they know, they're the only people who know how crazy our families are. She feels like somebody you would have kind of shared a lot of that with. Let me see if I can get her to come in closer, give me a little more information. Whoever this, I almost feel like she's giving me a hard time. Like she's going, like feigning this outright. Like she don't remember who I am. Girl, you might need to work on this then, because she should know who this is. She seems very funny to me, and like she wouldn't take any shit from anybody. And like I'm my intention is set for you, Michelle, but you know, sometimes spirit will jump in and there's people in this room. Okay, so she made us laugh. So I feel like, yeah. I feel like, and again, I'd said this to someone else earlier, like this is still a public forum when I read for people one-on-one, much like a therapist or anything else. Whatever is said in a reading is private. What? No, don't do that. Hold on, guys. It's giving me some kind of alert. Okay. Am I still here with you guys? Okay, comes to be Aunt Mary. Well, what I was getting, and that kind of put me off there a little bit, about it being a public forum. So I don't want to give, too much information that would be sensitive. But I feel like if this is Barb or whomever this lady in spirit is for you, she's showing up right now because I feel like you maybe are kind of going through a difficult time, more like, again, I don't want to overstep here or overshare anything. Have you felt down lately? I mean, don't have to get into specifics or anything like that, but I feel like she's almost here to kind of bring you up out of yourself a little bit, to cheer you up somewhat. Okay. And see, again, we have people that we want to speak to, but Spirit has a divine intelligence, and they know who we need to hear from, when we need to hear from them. And so, sometimes we're like, why is this person showing up? But there's always a divine intelligence to it. Yeah, I see her kind of taking you by the shoulders, and shaking you a little bit and going, come on, girl, you've went through worse. You've been through worse. Is this, again, I'm trying to keep this vague for you, so we're not doing, is this centered around somebody in your life, somebody who's done something to you that's got you feeling upset? Okay. Barb's birthday is coming up in February. That makes sense. Well, I can tell you this, she's celebrating. She's having a ball. Was that connecting at all, what I was saying, though, that what you're kind of upset about or kind of down over or something right now, does it revolve around a certain individual? Hi, everybody coming in. I'm doing mediumship readings. If you stick around, if you stay in the room, all I need is your first name, and I'm working down the list, and I'm happy to give you a reading. Okay. It's also interesting, the trend I've seen today with everyone in the room and who I've read for, the people who've come through, but also the type of people they've come through for. A lot of caretakers, a lot of people who put others before themselves. And so collectively, again, for people who are in here and who maybe have listened and you haven't gotten a specific reading, and that, eventually my energy gets to a point where I'll have to come out. Keep this in mind. If this may be a universal thing they're trying to get through to as well today. If you find yourself in that caretaker category, if you're somebody who puts your needs, others in ahead of your own, make sure you're taking time for yourself. Make sure that you're getting some rest, you're getting proper food, and because you cannot pour from an empty glass. You cannot continue to give what you no longer have. And I'd seen something not too long ago, and it really resonated with me because I fall into this category myself. But you are supposed to give to others from your overflow, meaning you're full to the brim and you have the overflow, and now you're getting my extras. You can't get the substance, the thing I need that's vital to me. But as I'm full and overflowing, you get the extras from that. You know what I'm saying? Now, is your Aunt Margie, is that her mom? Okay. All right, bear with me again because I get things lost in translation here. Margie, you're saying is our mom's sister. Barb is your first cousin. Like, what is the connection here is what I'm trying to find. Because, let me see what you... Okay. Her mom, your mom, and Margie are sisters. So that would have been her aunt as well. But you're taking care of, like I said, because there's a connection with the person with Alzheimer's. That person with Alzheimer's can see Barb. I believe that there's been communication there. You may be thinking that, oh, but like there's communication happening between those two. And is it Barb's mom that you're taking care of that has the Alzheimer's? Yeah, Barb is bringing her a lot of comfort. She's making her laugh. Does she just randomly do that? Does she like laugh or giggle? Or she's like looking off and smiling and you have no idea why? Because I feel like Barb is putting on like a one-woman stand-up routine for her. That was a real gift of hers. And you find that when you cross, those things that you were kind of known for in this life are strengthened. And it's kind of something that you can lend back to those that are still here in the living. And hers was kind of mirth and happiness like that. Okay, you've seen her do that. Yeah. I'm hearing her say there's no fear, there's no, and I know there's a sadness to Alzheimer's, and I've had loved ones and family members experience that and things, but there's no fear with this. There's no, it's like a part of her journey, and on a soul level, she's good with this. She's made peace with this, and she has kind of got one foot in both worlds, and that's why she can see Barb, and she's being comforted by this and brought peace by this, if that makes sense. And also I feel like, so again, bear with me, Michelle, and I apologize. It's not from lack of listening, but just going up here and coming back down here, trying to hold on to everything. You're taking care of the aunt with Alzheimer's. And I feel like, and this can happen sometimes because they're kind of open and they are like one foot in each side is how I kind of describe it. She is thanking you. She's already thanking you. And I know she's here in the living for what you're doing for her. She appreciates the time and the effort you take with her, the care, the gentleness, the still treating her like a human, the energy you're sending her. There's so much respect and love and care in that, and she appreciates it. Yeah, and she knows it. And it's kind of a bittersweet thing. But I hope you're receiving it for what it's intended to do, and that is to bring you some peace and kind of to feel your heart space a little bit, that the things that you're doing are being so appreciated and they are looked on kindly from the spirit world. Barb thanks you. And that you're almost kind of like this team, although you don't know it. You know, Barb's doing the things she's doing on that side, and you're taking care of the physical aspect. So it's really kind of a beautiful way. You're, whether you're aware or not, I know you said you've seen your aunt do those things, but you're kind of working within the spiritual realm without maybe even knowing it. And I feel like it's It's kind of a special gift that you have, and it is a part of your journey here, what you're doing and what you're giving back to your aunt. So it's a very beautiful thing, and she thanks you. Your cousin thanks you. I thank you. I think it's beautiful. Not a lot of people have your spirit, and it's really needed today now more than ever. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like you have that connection, and dreams are an awesome way for all of us to hear from our loved ones in spirit, because our guard is down. You know, this conscious mind that's constantly, and what bills do we have to pay, and where do we need to go, and what is on the news today, and all that stuff. It's shut off when we're sleeping. And so that barrier is kind of down, and our loved ones can come to us. And the way I always know when it's a real visitation versus just, you know, your mind working things out and thinking, you know, and you're dreaming of a loved one, those dreams will stick with you. I have had visitations from people who have passed away 20 plus years ago, and I still remember that dream, you know, detail by detail. And that's how you know that was a real visitation by them. All right, Michelle, thank you. I feel her energy pulling back a little bit. I'm just shifting a little bit, but I thank you so much. I really dig your cousin's energy, and, you know, it can kind of be interesting. You watch your aunt and watch these little moments and just go, hey, Barb, I know you're around then. It's like it's kind of a wink, you know, to know that she's around. And there's other loved ones that will come in and out as well for your aunt. You know, they begin to gather, things begin to happen, they begin to prepare when ultimately the time comes. But your aunt as well thanks you for what you're doing, and she knows she's in good hands. And so they're all sending you love and thanks again, and gratitude. So thank you for sitting here for me today, because I really appreciate it, and this has helped me. Okay, now, who did I have? Anita? Anita, have you stuck with me? Hi, Anita. Okay. Nikki, that could be possible. Like I said, spirits and people attached to us, and again, not in a scary way, but they have that connection to you in some form or fashion, and they're wanting to go, hey, you know, I'm here. Okay. All right, Anita. Guys, I think I'm gonna try to go. It's 4:18 my time. I'm on the East Coast. I'm gonna try to go to 4:30. I may go all the way to 5. I just want to see. This work does take energy. It may not seem like it, and the limitation is on us here in the physical. This physical body that we have to go through to make that spiritual connection. It's never spirit's fault. If you ever pop in anyone else's lives, or you see videos and mediums are like, they've been gone too long, or they've been gone, it's not been long enough, and all. Never blame the spirit. Spirit is this perfect form and energy, and they're fine. They're more than fine. And it's us just trying to have to go through all this energy of a physical body to get to them. So no, the limitation is on my part. I can only do it for so long, then I have to recharge myself, and then I come back again. So Anita, just think of those that you have over in spirit, and I ask that my guide gather them close together now and go, and the person who has a message for you that needs to speak to you today comes through. Okay, this is interesting. don't feel like this person isn't fully showing themselves to me yet. And I don't know why the first thing when I tried to connect with them, I'm getting chocolate. And I swear to you, chocolate pudding or chocolate candy. Like chocolate. Why would that be so important right now? And I can't see them yet. I'm wondering if this is somebody who would have given you these things when you were young. Like some special treat just for you. You know, something that would make you feel special, like they knew what your favorite something was and they always had it for you. I feel like this may be a lady in spirit. I'm pulled to a grandmother energy, but it may not necessarily be. This feels like a woman who would have been someone very special in your life, though, who in turn made you feel special. Is any of that resonating with you? Do you have a lady in spirit that, especially maybe in childhood, someone who looked after you, or who, no matter when you saw her, she made you feel like you were the only person in the room? She would make sure she focused on you. She made you feel very important and very special. Okay, so your mom is in spirit. Is there any connection with the chocolate? I don't know why that would have. And I think initially, I mean, it's like she was showing me when you were little. So this must be some memory she's trying to show me. I'm hearing her say, she was my whole world. She's, you know, my whole world. Why wouldn't I? You know, whatever she wanted, whatever she needed, of course. There's nothing this woman wouldn't have done for you. Does that resonate with you? Does that sound like you're, were you an only child, or did she treat you as the only, like the only girl? Like I said, when she came in, there's something about you in particular to make you feel special, to make you singled out. Again, guys, as you come in, I'm currently reading for Anita. I'm a psychic medium. I'm basically, you know, doing these for free because it gives me practice on my connection with spirit. You guys get a free reading. You get to give me some feedback, and it's a win-win. It helps us. There was 7 of it. Okay. I'm trying. She is setting you apart. And as a mother, none of us say, you know, we have favorites. And I'm not sure, but I feel like her care for you, her treatment of you was, or at least she made you feel that way. And she may have done this with all of her children. Like, you know, in particular, when she was very focused on, but like while you were in her presence, you were going to get that full 100% focus and love and devotion that she was going to pour into you. Does she have other siblings with her? I'm just hearing she has siblings with her. So I'm asking if you've had any of your siblings pass, or if these were just her brothers and sisters that may be there with her. And again, I appreciate all of you guys. I know I'm rarely on here, so I appreciate when you step in, giving me a chance, letting Spirit use me. And that's what I'm trying to do. Anita, is any of that resonating? So you do have a brother that's crossed, because that's what she has, a sibling with her. So I believe that's more about she has your brother. She's there with him. Do you have something of hers? There's a couple of things coming in. I'm seeing a cross necklace. I'm also seeing a tattoo or a name given to someone in remembrance of her. I don't know if you have jewelry of hers, if you've gotten a tattoo, or someone in the family, or you've named a child, or someone's thinking about it. Okay. Wow. She is a very clear energy, and she makes me look good because she's so good. Okay. So the cross necklace and the tattoo. She loves that. She thinks that's beautiful that you show your love and appreciation for her through those ways. And it causes this kind of energy flow between the two of you. It keeps you connected. It keeps her feeling close to you, like for you. You can look at that tattoo. You can hold on to the cross and feel her kind of close to you in those times. And she thanks you for honoring her in that way. I don't know if in the living she was a big tattoo person, but she's like, it's okay now. It's okay because you did it for me. So, she's like, it's for her mom. So that's okay. That makes it okay. She has a very lovely spirit, lovely energy. I just feel she's so pouring out all this energy to you. And again, the intelligence of spirit, you're not here today by coincidence, by chance. You may feel like you are. You may just come across this random chicks, live and thought, okay, let's see, whatever. But there's no coincidence, and she knew you'd pop in, and she wanted to, it's like she's trying to send you this hug and pull you close, and I can almost, I don't know what this scent is, but it's like she's pulling me close, that she had a very specific, like a signature smell. Okay, so she was upset, yeah. But now she's like, it grew on me, Actually, it's beautiful. So that's also letting you know that don't worry about it. She loves it. You love it. It's brought you peace. It brings you that connection to her. So there's no judgment anymore. All that earthly stuff is gone. Anita, do you have a daughter? Two. Okay. I just feel like I don't know if I'm not getting a specific, I feel like she's just letting you know that she's close to them. that she watches out for them. I'm getting something like at night. I don't know how old they are, so I don't know if this is something like when they were younger. Either if they're this age now, it's relevant now, but if they're older, when they were younger, it is something about lights in their room, seeing lights, like a floating little orb or the lights flickering, but something that was her trying to let them know that she was around. Okay. Now, has she been gone that long? There's something about, does she have great-grand? There's something, she's something about this, like a youngest child or something about young, like a young girl. Because I don't feel like she's been gone that long, right? Were they young when she passed? Yeah, so no, they would have been adults. Something about lights. And maybe you can talk to them. So do they have children of their own? They're just something that was just so clear to me. So, or that's something she's going to come up with and just be on the lookout for it. But it's almost like when you're in bed at night and it's dark, you've turned everything off, and there's just like these little sparks, like just in your eyes. You're like, did I just see what was that? You know, and it's something your mind will kind of explain away. But I feel like that is how she tried to show herself, or is trying to show herself to someone within the family. So just keep that in mind. But she sends all her love to you. She is very protective of her family, of all her kids. A very proud mother, a very loyal woman. You wouldn't want to cross her. You wouldn't want to come at her children in any kind of way. I feel like she was and stays and is very protective of her family. The message I'm just getting from her to you, Anita, is just saying, I just hear her saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the way you loved me in life. Thank you so much for the way you continue to love me since I've crossed, that you carry on the way she was, the traditions that she set for you, things that were done in the family. Like you can, the way you live your life is a continuation of hers, and she's so grateful for that. You don't have to do some of those things, and you do, and she just sends you love for that. And she's always no more than a whisper away. Whenever she pops into your thoughts, she's there. And she just sends you so much gratitude. Of these 7, say my mind, I'm talking about your siblings. Are you in the center? Is that why I see this? Are you a middle child? Sorry, I'm touching the screen. Oh, I hope I didn't pause it. No, I don't think so. Okay, well, I feel like since she brought your kids into my awareness, and maybe about the lights or something, they like to work on things, especially when families have kind of drifted and things have happened. They'll do what they can and work from the other side. So just keep the faith and be hopeful, and just kind of let them work things, because time has a way of working things out that you couldn't possibly see where it's going now. And I feel like there is no coincidence, and she's brought them up for a reason. So know that there feels like there's healing being done in that area of your family. You're the second to youngest. So you're at 6. I don't know what, but And if nothing else, just, and see, this is me trying to decipher how she's telling me. Not an issue on her, on me. But just singling you out today. And maybe it's just, I know that this child of mine needs my special attention today. And that's why she came through to give it to you. So talk to her whenever you need it. Feel re-energized by her. Again, anytime you look at that tattoo or you have that cross, just know that she's there with you, and she's so grateful for who you are. And just say your prayers, let things be as they are with your kids, and let time kind of work on that, because she's doing some things on the other side. So just be open to that. This may be a very interesting year for you in that account too. And that's why you stumbled in here today and got this reading. So I hope you take that. I am so appreciative for you to sit here and let me work with you today and bring in your mother, who I love her energy, and she wanted you to know. I mean, I just really believe that she wanted you to know how special you were to her today. She really wanted to get that across to you. So I hope I did that. And I thank you so much again. Okay, guys, I may do one more. Thank you so much, Anita. You guys it's an exchange of energy here. As much as I'm trying to give you readings from your loved ones and those messages, it's helping me, so I appreciate it. Okay, let me go back up. So one more, and basically, all I need is your first name. Is it Haley? Because I've seen you. And again, guys, if you don't get a reading today, I may pop back on about this time again tomorrow. So I'm on the East Coast, 3 to 5. You know, and if you pop back in, those I didn't get today, I'd be happy to do tomorrow. Okay, so it is Haley. Okay, and just for those who have kind of come in and out before I go, my name's April Wall. I'm a psychic medium. It's something all the women in my family have done. It's kind of a family lineage for us, and I've written 3 books, one on reading tarot, one on reading tea leaves, and deciphering angel numbers. But this year, Spirit is asking me to focus a little bit more on my mediumship, which is giving, messages and evidence from those who have crossed over, because the state of the world that we're in, we need hope and love and a coming together now more than ever. So when Spirit pushes me and asks me to do a certain thing, I put myself out here, and that's why I'm giving the readings right now for free. It's practice and helps me refine and hone my skills. It's like anything, it's muscle memory. The more you do it, the better you get at it. You guys get a free reading. I get some feedback, so I appreciate you. And it's been a very lovely energy, the 2 hours that I've been here, and I thank you, because gratitude and love and openness raises our vibration. It allows Spirit to kind of slow theirs down a little bit, and then we meet in the middle. So I'm just going to ask now for Haley Spirit people to gather close. It's almost like they're in a waiting room for me. And then I ask my master guide to go bring in their spirit person. And again, you may have somebody in mind you want to hear from. I know that there are people that touch our heart, and if I could just speak to this person, and try to be open to whomever may come, because Spirit is intelligent. They know who we need to hear from, when we need to hear from somebody, what message we may need. So just keep that in mind. Haley, I feel like there may be 2 people for you right away. 1 male, 1 female. Do you have, I feel like there's a younger woman in spirit. And when I say younger, you know, maybe someone who we believe would have passed before their time. You know, this wouldn't have been an elderly person that, you know, died of natural causes. This may have been somebody in the prime of their life. I'm seeing a blonde, long hair. And there's another person there, like I said, I feel is a man, but he's still kind of staying back. I feel like I'm connecting more strongly right now. I feel like my breathing is being affected. I don't know if this person had asthma, or the cause of their passing was something in the chest. Could have been lungs, could have been a sudden impact here. This feels like someone who would have been on the same level as you. You know, so a friend, a classmate, a cousin, a contemporary, a peer is what I mean. Okay, your mom's best friend / your aunt could be the lady. And there is, yeah, the male seems young as well. Heart attack for the woman. Impact from out. Okay, they could be. Are they connected? Or are these just two? I'm sorry. They're both kind of pulling my attention. So they knew each other. Would you have seen the lady who, okay, so when I say friend, so this could be, I'm seeing it through your mom's vantage that, you know, this would have been a peer, this was her friend, but this is someone you had spent time with. The heart attack, that makes sense, as I feel heart is racing a little bit. And that's not to say, that's not how they feel. There's nothing they're stuck in. It just helps the medium relay, you know, what they passed from, or just to give you evidence that this is people that you knew. This is your loved ones in spirit. So for the young male, there was an accident. There was some impact to the chest. Car accident 18. Okay, yeah. That's actually, you can see that, written that down, car accident. Okay. But now this isn't her son. They're really affecting this area for me. I apologize. So these were two people that passed suddenly. Both deaths, I feel like, were very shocking. For the male that departed in the car accident, I feel like his name is something like like 2 syllables, but it almost may have been a nickname like Billy or Bobby or so. I don't know if it necessarily has the Y, that sound they're just trying to get me to say. I feel like he's coming in to say something. Was there some question about who was at fault with the car accident? Or there's some responsibility being taken? Yeah, Haley, that would... What was his name? Just first name. Okay, that may be what this connection is. Was this just a friend of yours, or is this somebody you dated? Yeah, that the Billy could have been to get me to get the double L's. So that's a good note to make. You dated, okay. Were you supposed to be in the car with him when this happened? Or either feeling like you were supposed to be there, but then something happened, you weren't, or that you kind of have that survivor's guilt of, you know, why wasn't I in the car? Like, what this, if I had done X, Y, Z, this wouldn't have happened. Okay. Yeah, he wants you to let go of that. If you play that over in your mind, if you, what if I turned around? What if I'd known this? What if, you know, and just playing that kind of mind game that you can play with yourself. He wants you to let that go. That, you know, it played out as it was supposed to. That was his moment in time to cross over, and in absolutely no way were you responsible. Was there anything you could have done, you know, to change that outcome? I feel like he was a real cutie. Like, I feel like I know he passed very young, but I feel like he was kind of a bit of a heartbreaker. He was kind of known for, not that he was a player or anything, but that he was, I guess what I'm saying, I see what you found attractive. Like, he and I think he's just trying to impress that upon me, you know, who you would have known him to be in life. He was very cute. You know, had a little swagger about him. Yeah. As far as him knowing, I mean, yes, of course he does now from that side, but to me it feels like things happen so fast. They happen so fast. And I gotten fast earlier, so I don't know if speed was an element, but it just feels like the timeline, like it's just so quick. He doesn't want you to think that he suffered in any way. It does feel like, you know, it's instantaneous. He's out of the body. And that's something Spirit brings through a lot. And it's for our comfort and healing. But to know, even when you have loved ones who have chronic illnesses or you know, they're in hospice or something, at some point the spirit leaves the body. So they're not languishing there. And in his case, it was immediate. So there was almost even confusion on his end, like immediately afterwards to go, what just happened? I feel like there's other people involved, but it's not like it's something malicious. Do you know what I mean? There you go. Well, he's used this opportunity, and I think that your aunt came in with him. And it's crazy how someone, because I personally, for me, I lost my best friend long time ago, but she was 19 in a car accident. And I have lived so much life since then, but she stays so kind of present in my life. And so I feel like you may be surprised that it has been affecting you, or, you know, this person, you know, that was young when they passed, but there are pivotal roles and parts that you play in some people's lives and you never know. And he wanted to use this opportunity to, you know, kind of say hello to you and to ease any kind of suffering and, like I said, kind of that what if isms that you may be questioning in yourself, that there was nothing you can do. And he really enjoyed the time that you guys did have. And you clearly played a very special part in his life. And he has such a fondness and a sweetness for you. And it's funny that you said very clean, very well put together, because that's kind of what I got, went just the way it was kind of presented to me. Yeah, and I feel like his mom has her own issues surrounding it. And of course she lost a child, and that can send any of us into a tailspin. So I think she has some anger, and I think misdirected at people. And those are things that she kind of has to work out. And from his end, you know, he tries to send energy to her. You know, there's healing for her to be done around it. I think there's blame that she carries as well, that he really doesn't want her to, and she's going to kind of have to work that out. I hate that. I mean, because that kind of robbed you of that kind of final goodbye. You know, we humans, it's crazy how our emotions will kind of have us lash out at the wrong people, and I really do. I feel like she was projecting, and there's a lot she blames herself for when she's really left to her own thoughts, and in the quiet of her mind. There's a lot she beats herself up for, and I think you were just an easy target at that time. So, you know, for whatever that's worth. I'm so glad, though, that you popped in here, and isn't it so, that's what I love. I mean, Spirit, it's miraculous. And today, and especially in America, and all this stuff that we have going on, and the news headlines and things try to tear us down, we are eternal. We are eternal. We are spirits here in human bodies, playing these roles, having this little theater moment. And so sometimes I always say, and I have to do this for myself, when life seems so overwhelming, you're getting buried in the weeds, you're getting lost in the details, expand, come out a little bit, have that eagle eye view of your life, and know that this is just a blip. You are an eternal being. You are so much bigger than this. You are capable of so much more. And now more than ever, we have to remember our divinity, our eternity, our potential for everlasting love. Our loved ones are still with us. They didn't go anywhere. They're still providing us with love. I'm sorry I keep hitting my desk and shaking you guys, but to me, in particular, this last reading here for Haley, it's so gorgeous to me that somebody that it's been on your mind for the last few weeks, I decide, okay, let's go live today. Let's listen to Spirit. You know, they need me to do this. And Logan gets to come through and let you know, take yourself off the hook. He sends you love. You know, the time you guys have, that's even on the other side. This is, you know, no matter how much life is spent between that moment and now, you played a pivotal part in his life, and he wanted to let you know that. Well, whenever you think of him, you know, talk to him. They hear us, and it's just our ability to pick up on stuff. I always tell people too, you can ask for specific signs and symbols from Spirit. You know, you can say, hey, if you're around me, I want to see this. You know, and if you're somebody who kind of has doubts or a little more skeptical or whatever, you know, make it as specific as you want to help kind of overcome that. But they're forever trying to get our attention and stuff, and they don't simply wink out of existence. They don't stop being, and it's just us working on our awareness to notice when they're doing things. And these coincidences aren't coincidences. They're divinely timed and, you know, divine interventions in a way. So I'm just so grateful to get to play some small part in that. I am so grateful for you guys today, because this really helped me, you know, to work on this. And I'm very grateful. And just know that whenever you're having a hard time or you're feeling some type of way, if you can work on nothing else but just being grateful for whatever few blessings you have in your life. Gratitude is always a high vibration energy, and it's always going to lift your spirits. Yeah, he's good. And this time around, although the life seemed short, and of course in time and the way we count it, yeah, it was, but he got a lot of life in those years. And I feel like he was his own person, and like I really like his energy. But even now that he's crossed over, there's still things that they do on that side. So, and there's still life that they will experience through your eyes. So the things that you do. So that's why it is so important for us too, to not fall into grief and to stop living, because they're still with us, and they're like, hey, we don't need to sit around and cry all day. Okay, let's get up. Let's go to the, you know, theme park. I'll take the grocery store. But, you know, let's get up and do, because life is for the living. They're sending you nothing but love and joy, and they're excited to see what you're going to do. They're cheering you on. You couldn't, if you knew the amount of people behind you and the cheerleaders you have, you would never question, doubt, and you would never fear. Okay? And so I hope you all take that with you today. I thank you so much. Yeah. Well, he's free now, darling. He is free. Okay. He's good, and he gets to see that dynamic from this side. So there's some, not pity, and that's my word. But his heart goes out to his mom, because he can see more of the picture and more of the story of what's built her to be the way she was, very fearful. And that fear is what led to trying to control him. And then ultimately a parent's worst fear happens. And so then that just is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy for her. So there's a lot of healing he's trying to work on from the other side for her as well. But again, he wants to let you know, in no way were you responsible, in no way should you have been there. There's nothing you could have done. And he thanks you for the part that you've played in his life. And he still sends you love and is experiencing things with you. So just keep that with you. I thank you all again. I was here for 2 hours today. I believe around tomorrow. I'm on East Coast time, so it's right at 5 now. I'm going to try to hit up and come on live again tomorrow between 3 to 5. And maybe I'll post a little something about that just as a reminder for you guys. But for those who've been in here today and you wanted one, hit me up tomorrow during this time. All I need is your first name. I'm practicing my mediumship to refine my skills. I hope to give you a message from your loved ones. It's a win-win for us, and I appreciate it so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you, Haley. All my love to you guys. Now more than ever, we've got to be together, and just remember what a beautiful spirit you are, and all those that have passed before you love you and wish nothing but the best for you. You have a beautiful Thursday. Bye, you guys.